Hi friends, welcome to today's video. We're gonna sit down and play with some makeup. I did order some new things from the Haus Labs website. They recently had their site-wide sale, so I got some of those pieces in. I also have some new drugstore products, a mix of different things. I've incorporated some new skincare products into my routine, so I've been doing a lot of testing of products behind the scenes, and I'm gonna share with you all the products, or most of them. We're gonna kind of chat, do like a chatty get ready with me. How does that sound? If that sounds good, get your makeup goodies. Let's get ready together. As you may have already noticed, my eyebrows are already filled in. I don't have anything new in that area of my routine. So basically what I did, I used the Super Lock Brow Glue from Maybelline and kind of set the brows down in place, let that dry for a few minutes. Then I went in with the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen in the shade Ash Brown to fill in my brows, and that is it. That has been my routine for weeks now, and I have enjoyed doing that routine more so than I thought. It's kind of different than what I used to do, so that's what I've done so far. On my lips, I have one of the new matte lip balms, the Squishy lip balms from NYX. It's the one that smells like pineapples, and honestly, it kind of matches my shirt. This is the Smushy matte lip balm in the shade Sugar Smush, which smells like pineapple. That's one of my most favorite fruit, if not the favorite fruit to eat. For me personally, a nice juicy pineapple, and this smells exactly like that. I've also already reviewed these, the shades that I ordered, did some lip swatches. I will link to that video, put it up in the cards for you to see that if you're interested. But these, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, these are pretty incredible. They're smooth, they're soft, they're velvety, matte, but give you all the things that you want in a lip balm except for the glossy finish. So these are a hit as well. The first part of my routine is always starting off with the complexion. So I'm going to go in with some primer. This is the Blowout Primer from Milani. This is one of my absolute favorites from the drugstore. I honestly was looking for a mattifying primer, but I don't actually have one in my collection. So maybe I need to give me some recs. If you love mattifying primers, let me know which ones are good to try. This has been my go-to for a while now. I have loved this ever since it launched. That's what mine looks like. And again, another product that yet matches my shirt. I did not do that on purpose. Actually, this shirt is pretty cool. It's a tie-dye. I love a good tie-dye moment, but it's old. And let's go ahead and start getting into the chatty part of this video while I put my primer on. I have been going through all of my clothes, going through my entire house, getting products, getting things, clothes, shoes, handbags, house things that I no longer want, to donate, to just give away to anybody that wants it, anything that's kind of trash that is not really worth giving a second life to, getting rid of those things because we're moving. Spoiler alert, we are moving. Kind of fill you in for those of you that keep up with my channel on a regular basis. I wanted to be able to share with you what's been going on behind the scenes, things that you don't see on camera, because behind this camera is just straight chaos. There's boxes. We are tearing this place upside down, going through our things, because when I get back from Disney World, we're out of here. Wild. I mentioned the Haus Labs site-wide sale earlier in the video, and I'm going to show you the pieces that I ordered. I ordered quite a bit, more so than I thought. The first product was actually something that I was influenced because I saw it all over TikTok. It's a shade extension to their Glossy blush balms, and I wanted to try them. Now, I honestly kind of skipped out on this when they first launched because I typically don't go for balmy, glowy, dewy, radiant type of blushes, especially anything that has that kind of emollient feel to it, because I do produce oil and I don't think that's the best finish for oily skin. So I kind of just took a step back. I didn't give into it until now. Okay, let me explain. This is the Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balms. What a name. This is the shade called Glassy Ginger. They came out with a shade extension of colors that are kind of like blush and bronzer, so the bronzer type of thing, which is having its moment right now, kind of giving you some blush and bronzer all in one, which I'm a big fan of, especially right now with my life being so chaotic. If I'm going to do my makeup, I'm cutting corners, and this seems like it's going to be one of those great products for that. I like these kinds of shades because they go with everything, and that's why I bought this specific one, because it goes with everything. Doesn't matter what I've got going on around the eyes, I can always pull this off. So I ordered that. And then I also decided to do order one of their Glassy highlighter sticks. Again, it's that wet, kind of balmy, glossy, almost looks like Vaseline type of look. Definitely not my vibe, but it looks so pretty on everyone else. And I feel like I'm missing out because it just looks stunning. So I ordered one, and the shade is a Glassy Champagne Quartz. I love this packaging. It's white, but then it has like a pretty iridescent to it. So it just looks really nice, very elegant and elevated. I love that. And that's what the champagne quartz shade looks like. I also did purchase another one of the concealers. I actually ordered the shade 04 Fair Neutral. I have it. When this first launched at Sephora, I bought 11 Light Neutral because it was the only one that was still available that I could pull off because it sold out so incredibly fast. So I've been using this. It's a great concealer, nice coverage, hydrating, but this shade, the new one, is much more of an ideal match for me. So maybe we'll mix the two, maybe not, but I just wanted to point out that I did purchase a new shade of that. And I also bought one of their new bronzers. They definitely have an incredible formula based off of, I should say, the old formula. Looks like this, the same packaging and same everything. On the back, it's all the same. This is one of my absolute favorite, at least the old version, favorite bronzers. It's creamy, it's velvety, it never looks heavy, never looks bad. It's a beautiful formula, and I was really sad to see that they discontinued this, but this is my old one in the shade Light Level 2. So Light Level 2 now has a different name, and I believe this shade corresponds to the lightest one in the new range. So what I did was I went up to the second shade so I don't have any duplicates or anything that's too close, and I ordered Bronze Umber, which is considered a light tone. So that's the new one. I have yet to use these. And let me just show you a shade comparison between the old and the new. Everything is the exact same thing. Component, mirror, everything is the same. So this one here is the new one that's a little bit more warm and a few shades deeper, and then this one here is my old one that is so loved. I adore this, and I was actually sad, but I'm no longer sad because they brought it back. Let's just hope that the formula from the old has been just revamped, new shades, same formula with the new one. So we'll get to that. Oh, and I also bought the new mascara too. I forgot about that. This is the B Structural Mascara. So I heard good things about this, so I figured I'd try that as well. So now let's do some foundation. I think I might as well just go in with some Haus Labs because I bought this during the Sephora sale several weeks back. And this is a really pretty foundation. It's infused with so much skincare into it. It's really nice. It's a beautiful, beautiful formula. So I'm going to do basically my go-to, which is typically about a pump. And my shade is 050 Fair Cool, and the cool tones with the Haus Labs foundation actually have a little bit more of a yellow undertone to it. So it's opposite of what you expect it to be. So the undertones of this Haus Labs foundation is a little bit opposite of what you would come to expect. When I purchased this foundation, I actually got my shade match through the Discovery Kit, and that's something that I would recommend if you go to the Haus Labs website. I think the Discovery Kit is still available, and it's 20 bucks, and you get a sample of 3 shades within the same color family. So I chose the Fair Kit, and that's how I was able to match myself, because if I would have just seen the name description, Fair Cool, I would have never purchased this specific shade because I don't ever buy anything cool toned because I don't like any pink in my foundation. But in Haus Labs, it's opposite. So the cool in this is actually much more yellow and more golden. So keep that in mind if you're going to be shopping the Haus Labs foundation. I would definitely recommend that you try the Discovery Kit or going in Sephora to look at the colors, get someone to swatch them for you, maybe even try it on, because that is how I feel like a lot of people can make mistakes just going off of the name description. This foundation looks so pretty on the skin. It actually has such a beautiful coverage. I would say it's a good solid medium. Definitely buildable to that full, especially if you use a brush. I think you can get maximum coverage. A sponge will kind of dilute the coverage a little bit, so you're still looking at a good solid medium anyways with the sponge. But I just love this foundation, and I use the Sigma F48 brush, by the way, to blend this in. And now I do want to go in with the concealer. I'm going to start off with the new shade, which is the lightest one, and that is 04 Fair Neutral. And I'm just going to apply the normal amount that I typically go for. I like the doe foot. I've always enjoyed this concealer. I think they did a nice formula, a nice mix of ingredients. It's all kind of skincare based, and it's really nice the way it sits on the skin. It just looks really pretty. I'm gonna do a little bit of this and see how this new shade looks. But as I mentioned earlier, I kind of wanted to update you guys that we are moving. It's something that we've known about for a while, but I didn't want to say anything until I knew for sure. And now that I'm actually packing things up, I've got a moving company scheduled to come and pack up some of my things. It's definitely happening, using a Morphe brush, by the way. So we are definitely moving, and I will share with you guys some things along the way, but we are in those kind of early stages of going through our things, getting donations going, packing things up. We've got a bunch of moving boxes that we bought at U-Haul so that we can start packing up our things. It's been crazy. Everything is changing in our lives. Every single thing. We're moving out of state, so we're no longer going to be in the state that we live in, which I will share of course, more details as we get closer to that time. And once we get settled in our final place, then I can tell you where we were and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of want to keep some things private until now. But the reason that we're moving is because we are changing, like I said, everything about our lives. So my husband is definitely changing his career and all of that. So it's just so much stuff. And it's honestly a little bit overwhelming. I've got my kids, they're playing right now, and I'm taking a break from packing to just do my makeup and pull myself together and look a little bit more alive. Okay, so I'm taking a little break and spending it here with you guys, doing some makeup and keeping you guys updated. I am trying to pre-film as much as I can ahead of time so that there isn't a time where there's nothing posted. But if there is a Tuesday or Friday that nothing gets posted, just know that I'm probably in the thick of moving and I can't get to filming. But the next thing that has to be packed is this filming studio. Going in with a little bit more concealer. And this room needs to be packed. The makeup, take down these LED panels. There's just so much to do. Like, I don't like moving. I don't think anybody likes moving, really. But it's happening. And it's going to be fine. It's all going to work out as it should. We just kind of got to get through the more challenging part, which is moving. And it makes it harder when you have 4 kids. It's going to be fine. I'm looking forward to our trip, though. We're going to Disney World in June. And by the time this video gets posted, it's probably already June. I may, who knows, be already on my trip or back. I don't know when this video is going to go up. But we definitely needed a vacation for sure. For the under eye, I'm going to set that concealer down because it will crease on me. And I'm going to use the L'Oreal Blur Fection. This is my favorite powder. At the current moment, nothing can beat this at the drugstore, and I do have the one from Haus. It's good. It's been in my favorites before, but I think I like this one a little bit more, and I've been reaching for this. This lives on my vanity with a little puff sponge, so I just naturally gravitate towards this. So I'm going to use this to set and brighten a little bit more. I'm using the light pink shade, by the way. Just dip my little powder puff in that, and then just go straight in. This powder truly is like applying a filter. It is so incredibly beautiful. And I'm actually going to use this around the rest of the face. I typically don't. But that Haus foundation does have a lot of skincare in it. And to ensure that it doesn't get too dewy on me, I like to set it whenever I use that foundation. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Blur Fection powder and use that throughout the parameters of my face. But I am going to switch shades for that, though. If I do use the Blur Fection powder to set the parameters of my face, I do go in with a different shade, and this is the Translucent Light 20. And this one basically is just going to be translucent, but it says light, and it's because it's a little bit, kind of has like a little bit of a beigey tint to it. But I do like this powder, if I'm going to use it all over my face, to use a different shade, because the other one is more pink. And I'm just going to pick the first brush that I grabbed. It's the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. It was just sitting here on my vanity. It's a clean brush because most of my brushes are not clean. And don't tell anybody, I'm not cleaning. I hate brush laundry. I don't like doing laundry, period. With a family of 6, I feel like all I do is laundry. And I don't like it. I really don't. I don't like it. So I'm just going to reach for whatever brush I can get that looks clean and decent for this video. And instantly that powder just sets the makeup, but it never looks heavy. It doesn't feel like I put anything on my face. It's just so weightless and so beautiful. I actually recently did on TikTok a trial run for Disney using some one size products. So a primer, this translucent powder, and then the Until Dawn. And I was actually quite disappointed with how those products were working with the makeup that I chose. Follow me on TikTok. You'll see it if you go there and watch that video. But I was actually disappointed. And now I feel like, since I mentioned Disney in this video, and I kind of need to figure out a good mattifying primer, something that kind of wears well. I like the Until Dawn spray. I bought the mini. That's what it looks like this. And I do like that. But I just feel like the primer with the foundation that I chose, the translucent powder, those pieces just were not working and vibing well together. I don't know what was going on there, but it just didn't work out. It just kind of honestly disappointed me. So I'm thinking, what can I use in place of those products at Disney World? Definitely not this, though. This is way too hydrating for Disney. But if you have any favorites that you like to use for makeup for the summertime, let me know. And if I'm still in town before I leave, I have a chance to run to the store real quick and pick those products. So let's chat about it. Give me your recommendations. What are some of your favorite long wear products? Now let's bronze up the face with that new Haus Labs bronzer. It's the bronzed Umber, which says light underneath, so it looks like that. I think this is going to be a nice shade when I get a little bit of color in the summer. I'm using a BK Beauty 107 brush for this, and just going to do my typical bronzing technique going across the forehead. I like this shade. This shade is a little bit deeper than my old formula, and so far it looks to be the same thing. I don't know if they really changed the formula, which I'm glad, because I said in the beginning, this is such a good formula. At least my old one was. And it's good to know that this new one is performing the same way. It's blending out flawlessly. This bronzer is just so good. It's just impossible to mess this up. Of course, I suppose if you put way too much on. But again, it's just one of those products that you really can't mess up. It's no matter how much I put on of my old formula, I could never overdo it. And that's what I loved about it. Not just how smooth and silky it looks on the skin, but just how easy it was to blend. I could just dip my brush in there and just go with my eyes closed and not even be worried. Not worry one bit that I'm gonna look crazy. And this, I love this new shade. I'm so happy about that. We've talked about the Morphe Cheek Thrills Trio, right? I've talked about the Blind Date. That was the first one that I bought. And when I talked about this, I said that my mistake was that I didn't purchase more. Well, I fixed that, okay? I fixed that mistake. I went back and I bought some more. These are $19 a piece. You get 2 cream finishes and a matching powder finish blush. You can customize, use all 3 together, use 1, 2, whatever you want to do. You can do anything with these. So I bought 3 more shades. I bought Beach Bonfire, that looks like that, so pretty. I also got Sunset Swim. This one is going to be like a bronze goddess kind of vibe. Maybe when I get back from my vacation, I'll have a little bit more color to kind of pull off that more golden bronze look. In my mind, it's going to be beautiful. And After Party is the other shade. So that is After Party. Do you see how pretty? Let's try a little bit of this blush balm. I'm kind of curious to see how this is going to look, if I'm going to like it. It's one of those multi-use things. You can use it on your eyes, you can use it on your cheeks, and also on the lips. This would be a really beautiful lip color. But that's the swatch of the Glassy Ginger. Do you see that reflective, kind of balmy type of finish? And I really hope that this does not disrupt my makeup or my bronzer. So I'm going to use that swatch to actually apply that to my cheeks. And I think I'm just going to go in with one of my Profusion brushes, the PD8, that looks like that. I'm just going to get it really worked into the brush. You could swipe directly on your skin. I typically don't like to do that, especially with these types of finishes, because I don't want to drag my foundation underneath. And I just want to do a little bit. Let me load up some more on the back of my hand. Maybe we'll use that as our lip color today. I don't know. We'll see. Just a little bit. I definitely do want to put some powder over the top of this because I have a long day. I need to finish packing and going through my things. I have to, you know, get through the rest of the day. Thankfully, I took my shower early this morning and I knocked that out. That's why my hair is put back all the way, because it's still wet. I got up early. I was like, you know what? It's going to be another late night. So let me just do my shower now. Okay. And it felt so nice to do a quick shower and just pull myself together, do my skincare routine, which, by the way, I've been doing a lot of Korean skincare products. And let me tell you, I did a video all about it. You should definitely check it out if you're interested in trying Korean products. I don't know why it took me so long to try it. I went all in. I took the dive. I went all in. And this is absolutely stunning. This shade, I'm really glad I bought it. Now, I hope it doesn't make me look too dewy once my oils start to break through and produce throughout the day. Fingers crossed it works out. But honestly, I don't really have to put anything on top of this. Like, I could just, yeah, I could do this, just this on its own. Oh, I love that. I actually really do like that so much. Look how pretty that color is. I mentioned wanting to put a little bit of powder over this blush balm from Haus Labs, and I was looking at the Morphe ones to see if I had anything that was pretty close. And I think After Party, honestly, it's going to be pretty similar. Not exact, but a pretty close powder version of what this color is. At least it looks like it, just comparing them, but we'll see what happens when I put this on. So I'm just going to go in with the Cheek Thrills After Party, just the powder version over the top to kind of set this. Because I do, like I said, have a long day ahead of me, have some things I need to take care of, and dealing with touch-ups is not one of them. So I'm going to go in with a powder over the top. I'm going to use the Morphe M201 brush, which I absolutely love for blush. If you're going to buy one of these Morphe palettes, you might as well pick up this brush if it's in stock. It is such a good one to use for blush, for bronzer. I will link it for you down below. Ooh, yeah. So this is the two of them together. I still need to blend, but I wanted to show you what that looks like. And then this is just the Haus Labs on this side. It's just a little bit lighter, a little bit softer, more natural. And then here we have a little bit more. But we still have a little bit of that glow coming through because I'm not putting that much powder on top. So I like it. It's so pretty. I'm debating if I should do some of the Glassy highlighter stick from Haus Labs. I ordered Champagne Quartz and I kind of feel like it's maybe a highlighter type of day. And that's what that shade looks like. That's the Champagne Quartz. Look how pretty. There was one that was actually kind of more transparent with like a dual chrome sheen to it. It sold out, of course. It actually reminds me of what this packaging, at least I think in my mind, that looks very similar to this, where it has like a dual chrome kind of shift to the packaging. The highlighter itself had that. They also have a clear. They have a couple different shades to choose from, some deeper shades that have more pigment to them, some pinky tones, some kind of bronzy vibes. So I went with something that I felt like I could use every day that would work with my fair skin. So what I'm gonna do, that is just so nice. I'm gonna use my finger and pick up a little bit of that and just put this up higher than I typically do my highlighters, just because it is quite balmy. It feels like a lip balm type of product. So if you have very oily skin, this is probably not the ideal highlighter for you, just because it's going to feel, yeah, it feels a little bit emollient. So I'm not gonna use that much. Like, it looks really glossy, and I think this is something that you can use also on your eyes and your lips as well. Let's create an eye look together really quickly. I think I'm gonna go into the original formula from the Haus Labs bronzer, the light level 2, which is pretty close, I think, to the lightest shade in this new range. And I'm just gonna use a little bit of that, as I typically do when I'm in a rush, to give me a little bit of color right on this area here, like in my crease, to define the shape of my eye. And keeping it simple, using just the bronzer that I'm already using for the day. You know what? I want to try this new brush from Morphe. I did a video all about their new brushes. It was a requested video, so I bought a bunch of them. I actually put them in a little clear container like this that I got from Target. These are all the new Morphe reimagined brushes, and spoiler alert, they're pretty fantastic. And some of the brushes that I did not have for that video that I felt like I could use if I was going to build upon what I ordered was a fluffier crease brush. So I went back and I bought the M333, which looks like this. And I'm going to go back into that same Haus Labs bronzer. I just want to test this out and see how this brush works. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great for crease work. I already have some on, but I wanted to just try this brush out. I forgot that I had this new brush here on my vanity to try out. And yeah, just as I suspected, it's going to be a good one for crease colors. I'm going to hit pause on applying makeup right now, and I'm going to show you some other new things that I think are pretty interesting and kind of cool to check out. And some things that I personally was interested in trying that I've ordered. So you see these products obviously in future videos. I'm going to try to pre-film if I can. So let me know in the comments if you want to see anything featured specifically, so that I can kind of get to that video first before other things or other ideas I have in my head. So the first thing is the Vacation Studio Tone. This is a 3-in-1 product. It's actually a bronzing drops for the face with an SPF of 50. So it's bronzing drops that we typically already have seen. We have them in our collection. Every brand has it. But this is made by an SPF brand, and it also has the SPF, which some other brands that create bronzing drops do not have. So that's what the packaging looks like. Once we get all packed up and moved out of this house, it's going to be several weeks before I put my whole studio back together in the new place and get a filming schedule going and whatnot. So I still need to protect myself, and I also want to add a little hint of color. So I felt like I just kind of had to with what's coming up in my life. So I will keep you posted on this. I also did order some POV products. So this is the Point of View brand from Michaela. She recently launched her brand of skin prep products. Michaela is very famous over on TikTok. That's where I found her first. And I thought I'd just kind of try it out, and maybe you would be interested in seeing my point of view, no pun intended, of her products. I paid for everything myself. It wasn't sent to me. She doesn't even know who I am that I'm doing this video, talking about it, featuring it. But I definitely wanted to try it out. I've heard good things about it. But I also wanted to just be another woman supporting another woman. Instead of tearing her down, she gets a lot of mean comments, a lot of hate. I didn't want to contribute to that because that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't change anything. She's still going to be Michaela. She's still going to do her thing anyways. So I'd rather just support her and encourage her to follow her dreams. And so I'm here with the Point of View. We'll get to that eventually in a video, and we'll talk about that. I've got some new lip products from drugstore brands that have been launching some new things. I have an order coming with some new Maybelline. Yeah, Maybelline launched some things. I don't know if that video was filmed and posted before this one. We're just kind of getting through it. I ordered another one of these. Yes, I did. This is the Plumping Lip Oil from L'Oreal. I adore this formula, but I went back and I got the shade 101, which is crystal clear. And again, I should have just bought this when they first launched and had it, loved it, but I didn't. I was late. It's so pretty. It has like a sheer kind of almost, it's going to be clear, I just know. Also, I got the Pixi H2O Skin Veil Translucent Powder. This was actually recommended to me by a lovely viewer of mine. She said that if I loved the powders from the other brands that I reviewed, I think it was this brand, the Revolution Hydro Powder, she said that I would really enjoy this. Now, I haven't tried it, and I should have used it today just to kind of try new things, but I didn't. But I did pick that up, and you can get that at Target, I believe, and also Ulta. We talked about the SPF mist. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. These are just products that live on my vanity. So that's a great way to reapply SPF throughout the day. So if you are wondering how you can do that after putting it on in the morning with a full face of makeup, get yourself a spray. This is a Korean brand, Dearcloud. I'll link it for you below. I also have the Isle of Paradise bronzer. This is the Golden Hour Sunny Serum. It's the Instant Face Bronzer. I bought this at Sephora with the intent of using this on my neck and my chest, especially when I have tank tops, going to Disney, kind of giving myself a little bit of a glow, kind of a head start to a tan. And so I bought this. And again, I will kind of share with you my review and my thoughts the more I use it, formulate my opinions on that. I also do have the iconic London Underglow Blurring Primer. We've talked about this over on TikTok. You've seen some of these things already featured over on TikTok, so if you follow me there, that's a way to get some bonus content out of me. So check it out. All my username info will be in the description box. But I bought this. Again, yes, I was influenced by TikTok. There's a gal over there. I believe her name is Alyssa. I want to say the last name is Howard, but I could be wrong. She looks like just a beautiful baby doll. And she uses this all the time. She loves this. So I bought it because she looks great and I want to look great too. So I bought this too. What else is new? Oh, the Makeup by Mario mascara. This is a really good mascara. He knocked it out of the park with this new formula. It's his first mascara ever, and it is pretty great. And a couple other new things that I am testing out behind the scenes. The IT Cosmetics Concealer, the Do It All Radiant Concealer. I've been trying this out as well. I also bought the Smushy, I think that's how you pronounce it, Peel Off Lip Liner. Again, this was all over social media, and I thought, let's give it a go. And I did. I tried this for the first time on camera over on TikTok. You should go check it out because I've got some learning to do with this. Let's just say that this takes a little bit of a learning curve, but I can see why people like this. So right now what I'm doing is smoking out some eyeliner. e.l.f. has these new smoky kohl liners. They're $3. I bought a ton of shades, the ones that I could get my hands on when this first launched, and I believe the review of this has already been posted. So I'm taking French Rose and I drew a line, pretty messy, and I'm using my 210 brush from BK Beauty to blend and soften this out. A simple look to just define the eyes and create like a smudgy, lived-in look with the liner. Soften that edge out so it doesn't look like a defined line. Just softer, kind of smudgy, just real easy. And I like the creaminess of these pencils. I like how easily I can smoke this out and still retain the color, instead of it being something that kind of disappears the more you work it and move it around. And I do like these. And it's $3, guys. Like, seriously? I honestly don't know how they do it. Like, how do they do it? How do they make a product like that and still make money off of it? Like, does it only cost like 15 cents for the formula? Because I don't get it. Like, $3? I'm also going to tightline with the same pencil, that Dark Roast, which is a dark brown. I'm also going to take that same pencil liner and I'm going to use my brush to apply it to the lower lashes. So basically I just scribbled my brush on the tip of the eyeliner and I'm going to just go back and forth to create like a smoky effect on my lower lashes. Eyes are complete. I went ahead and did some mascara. I did 2 coats on the top and 1 coat on the bottom. And the eye look is complete. I know it's not something groundbreaking and something super special. It's pretty basic and easy. I don't have a whole lot of things on my agenda that require me to leave my home today. So this is my look just to go pack and to sit down and chat with you for a little while. Now we need to do something with the lips. And I thought about trying this blush from Haus Labs on the lips. I'm pretty sure you can use this on the lips, and maybe I should check that out. Maybe not. I'm just going to go for it. I want to try this. This looks like a really pretty shade. So let's go for it and see. Oh, yeah. For like a monochromatic moment, a little bit on the lips, on the cheeks, maybe just a quick sweep of this in the crease. Yeah, this is nice. And this is the Glassy Ginger on the lips. I took a little bit of that off. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Fair first. And now a little bit more of that Glassy Ginger over the top. And I think these two are like the perfect pairing. The Pillow Talk Fair is just a little bit more pink with a little bit more depth. So it's great for creating that kind of sculpted look for the lips. And then this shade in the center. And the formula on this Glassy Blush Balm is a little bit on the thinner side, but it's not too thin and it's not too thick. It's kind of somewhere in the middle, and it makes such a pretty lip product where there's a little bit of a sheen. It's not ultra glossy, but there's some hydration, some comfort to it. So know that it's going to be something that gives you some moisture and hydration if you use it on the cheeks, just because it feels quite nice and nourishing on the lips. So it's one of those products that are going to be a little bit more hydrating because it's meant to be used in multiple areas of the face. And I do think that the end result is pretty fresh. It's pretty much my everyday. Just a little bit more kind of glossy on the cheeks with a little bit more glow, but it's really pretty. And the products look really nice. They worked out really well together. So I don't have any negative comments on any of the products in today's video. Looking down at all these products, I have so much new things to continue testing out and to gather my thoughts and to film future content. So I just want to take a moment to thank you for being here, for watching my videos, for the support you've given me. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you will subscribe and take some time to check out some of my other videos. I've got lots of videos for you to watch. For those of you who've been watching me, you mean so much to me. Just know that you all have a very special place in my heart. And I just wanted to take a moment just to say thank you, because I have the followers, the views because of you. And I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have you to watch, to talk with in the comments. You guys are like my virtual online besties, my makeup lovers that just love the things that I do. And it's just such a great community and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you very, very much. Stay tuned. We'll chat again. I will do some more updates as we get into things. I will definitely share over on Instagram, maybe even do some TikToks. So if you want to see some more things behind the scenes, or maybe just more than the content that I put on here every Tuesday and every Friday, those are the places to find me. It's going to be very easy for me to do updates over on Instagram. Just kind of checking in and doing things as I can, as time allows, to keep you guys posted if you want to see and be part of the process. It's going to be hectic. It's crazy. I'm sure you already know with moving what comes with that. So just kind of bear with me as we kind of get through this really tough part here with packing and moving and relocating. But everything is going to work out and I will be back. I have no plans on stopping the YouTube content. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when a new post is live, ready to watch. Or I should say new video. Thank you for being here, for watching today's video. Everything is going to be listed and linked for you in the description box. Take care, you guys. I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.